Hello, my name is Fiona. Today I'm here with Engineer Jonathan. He's going to take us through Yellow Manor, a project in Kajjansi. We want to know how the process is like.
Thank you very much, Fiona. My name is Engineer Jonathan Muganga, and I'm the Civil Structure Engineer in charge of Yellow Manor project. Yeah, so today it's really just to give a brief background of where we started from and how far we've gone. Firstly, being universal, it is here to address the housing deficit. I think the last I checked, the statistics were at about 2.4 million. So this whole concept is really to address the housing deficit, but also affordably. That is the concept of universal. So being a civil structure engineer, I will delve direct into the nitty-gritty of how we got here. Definitely it starts with a concept from the architect, which is informed by a brief from the client. So I think when Universal sat down, they said they identified the spot, and they did the numbers and realized maybe we shall need this number of units, and the architect was tasked with coming up with the concept. Yellow Manor has 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom and 3 bedroom units. So that is where we are. So once the architect comes up with the concept and it is agreed by the stakeholders, then it is passed on to me. So when it comes to me, we have to make sure the structure is sound, that it is going to serve its purpose for a given duration of time, which is a minimum of at least 50 years, 50 to 100 years. So in my field, we have to first identify where the structure is going to be founded, meaning the ground. We have to conduct geotechnical investigations to ascertain the bearing capacity of the ground, to confirm that the level of structure I want to put can be borne by the ground without any defects. So as that is the case, we are able to conduct the geotechnical investigations here. It is a bit mushy, meaning soft clay. So, and the water table is also slightly a bit high, but as engineers, we have to think around that to make sure the client still gets what they want safely and with integrity. So basically, the process involves setting out, which is done in line with the architect. We have to set out the structure as was outlined in the architectural layout, making sure the clearances are observed, the parking is adequate. So once that is done, we set out. Setting out largely goes for the columns and the respective pads. Yeah. So that is where we started from. We set out using the profile, following the grids. And then after setting out, after confirming that the dimensions are as per the drawings, we went ahead to do the excavations for the substructure. Yeah, so for the excavations for this particular Yellow Manor, we had to go a little deep to make sure we go past the soft clay and to get into the stiff clay. Yeah, so that's what we did for all the bases. On top of that, we had to underlay hardcore to stabilize the ground. We had to underlay hardcore. So it's like a firmer sub-base to help the flow of water under the building, but at the same time making sure the building does not settle excessively. Yes. So once we did the sub-base of the hardcore in all the pits for the pads and for the strip foundation, I went ahead to do our steel fixing. I don't know if we could just have a look at some of what is going on here. We are fortunate enough to witness them doing the bases. So right here is what goes down in the base. Right here, the gentlemen are trying to tie the bases. This is a reinforcement for our pad. This is the reinforcement for our pad. So we do for all the bases. We do the concrete blinding on top of the hardcore, and then we start setting the bases according to the grids. Yeah. So once the bases are in, there are starter columns. These are the starter columns that will sit on the base to form our substructure. So to further avert the risk of differential settlement, we did a strap beam to tie all the bases at the bottom. We did 2 beams at the base and at the oversight level to avoid any cases of differential settlement. Because this is clay and the building is spread out over a wide area, we have to make sure in case of any settlement, it goes down all at once and it is not excessive. Because if there's any differential settlement, that's when you start getting a bit of cracks here and there. So that is what we did to ensure our substructure is sound. So above the substructure, once we do the columns, the bases, we do the plinth walls. Plinth walls are the walls below ground. Yeah, we do the plinth walls. We do a tie beam at the top, meaning at the level of the ground floor. Once all that is in place, we cast our ground floor, and then we are done with the substructure. Additionally, we put some drain pipes below the substructure, so that in case the water level rises, these drain pipes can allow for water to flow out to the lower levels without having to wet the building.
Are these materials from Uganda or you get them from abroad?
The materials are from Uganda. We try so much to build Uganda by Uganda, as is the President Directive. These are bars from local manufacturers. We demand for test certificates to ascertain the yield strength of the bars, to make sure it matches our design. Yeah, so we do that. Those are part of the quality control aspects we look for. So as much as we are sourcing locally, we demand for quality certificates, and sometimes we even go ahead and test ourselves where in doubt. So yeah, we do source locally. The cement locally, the aggregate and sand locally, but all these have to be checked. All these have to be checked. The aggregate has to conform with the standard. The sand has to conform with the standard, and even the cement has to conform with the standards. But on top of that, we do trial mixes prior to casting. If we have our design strength, we have to do a trial mix to ensure that the material we have got will give us the design strength. Yeah, so that is part of the quality control prior to utilizing these materials. Yes. So once the substructure is complete, substructure meaning from the ground floor downwards, then we look now at the superstructure, which is above ground. Yeah. So in Universal here, we do what they call a monolithic construction, meaning the columns are integral with the walls. That way it helps have braced columns, and even the walls can contribute to the load-bearing aspects of the building. Yeah. So we do the walls monolithic with the columns. We do the ground floor, do the columns. Once that is done, we do the shuttering. Shuttering is formwork to be able to have a suspended floor. Yeah, so that one we use timber. Yes, we use timber because it is renewable and it can easily be sourced around here. I think you can see some of the gum poles around. This is scaffolding, but this is some of the timber we use to prop and also do the decking. The decking we use boards to help us give a good finish, consistent, and also they are reusable. Yes. So once the slab is at all these stages, I inspect at all these stages. I inspect to make sure we are conforming to the drawings, the workmanship is good, and the quality is acceptable. Yeah. So once we are done with the columns and the walls, we do the decking for the slab. We lay the rebars as per drawings. We lay the electricals as per the M&E drawings. We lay the plumbing as per the M&E drawings. And the beams and ribs and all the bars needed, we do it as per the structural drawings. So we have to read all these plans in conjunction with each other to make sure the positioning of the toilet is identified and it is accounted for in the structure. The electricals, they're not interfering with the structural components, they're not compromising. So all this is done in conjunction. You have to read all the plans in conjunction so that there are no overlaps or there are no contradictions. So once the slab has been laid, all the necessary professionals have to do the inspection. I have come to do the inspection to make sure the bars and the sizings are up to standard. The architect has to come and confirm the piping, the electrical has also to come and confirm that everything has been done well. So once everyone has given a go-ahead, they are good to go and they cast the slab. So this is the process.
So if I get you right, apart from the plumber that are installing those plumbing materials, there is another extra plumber that comes to confirm.
It's not an extra.
Plumber is
Okay, now
plumbing is okay.
the plumber reads from a drawing called a mechanical and electrical drawing. This drawing is developed by a mechanical and electrical engineer. So he's the one who will come and inspect what he has designed and drawn to make sure it conforms with what he designed. So the plumber is the technician on site to implement what they designed. Yeah. So it's not like another plumber, no, he's a mechanical and electrical engineer. He's the one who comes to confirm. Then the architect will confirm the positioning, the toilet is in the right place, the lighting points are in the right place, yeah, to his satisfaction. So this process is repeated for all the levels. First floor, second floor, third floor, and then the terrace. For Yellow Manor here, we have four levels. Ground, first, second, third, and then the terrace. It is an accessible terrace. Yeah, it is an accessible terrace. Very good for community functions. Yeah, and also for the views. So this process of doing the wall and slab, it is repetitive. Right? It is repeated. Yeah. But at all the stages, we have to come and inspect. We cannot just inspect for the first floor and because there is quality control and quality assurance. So we have to. It's an iterative process. You have to keep checking. You have to keep checking. And I think so far so good. No defects, no structural defects as you can see. The workmanship is acceptable. Adherence to standards has been observed. Yeah. So I think so far we are moving well. So I just wanted to show you briefly about the work in progress, tending to finishing. As you can see, this is a two-bedroom unit. In the design, we try to make sure we give the client a seamless feel, so we have no crossing beams. This was accounted for in the design. And also just to further ascertain the structural integrity of the building, a closer look, you'll identify no cracks in the wall, no cracks in the ceiling, and this is painted. So normally this is the time when the cracks show after you plaster, but you can see it is a seamless, clean look. Yeah. So this is what we try to attain in our service. The aesthetical balanced with the structure and the integrity of the building. Yeah. So the architect demands a seamless look, and then I have to make sure in my design we achieve that, but with no compromise to the integrity of the building. Yeah. So far, this is what we have. This is tending towards completion. This is the kitchen area, dining. As you can see, the top has been chamfered for safety issues. Two-bedroom, you can see the doors, flash doors, they do not warp. They don't warp, the flash doors, yeah. So,
Does it affect them?
No, the timber is treated. Yeah, the timber is treated. So these are quality finishes, really decent for affordability, but still quality. So this is it basically. As you can see, the color scheme is friendly. And yeah, there's attention to detail. There's attention to detail, really. Yeah. So this is a brief about what it may look like when completed. Yeah. We decided to stick with the traditional concept of ventilators to allow for good ventilation in the room. Because if you notice, if they put curtains and they are drawn, there will be no movement of air in the window. Because originally there would be vents just below the lintel, but it was not functional. Because when you draw the curtains at night, there's nowhere hot air can escape. So this is why we introduced the concept of the ventilators, as had been used. Of course, they will put a mesh to keep away the bugs and the mosquitoes, but this is the concept we are trying to get. We're trying to have a well-ventilated place, both during day and at night. Yeah.
I've been seeing this, I think, but with louvers.
You know, louvers, yes. The louvers, initially, we used to use those with louvers, but it doesn't work. Because when you draw the curtains, everything is closed. And yet when hot air rises, it has nowhere to escape. So eventually the room gets stuffy and someone ends up opening the window. But with this, you can sit comfortably and the hot air will still get out. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you a bit of the materials we use. Here, this is the aggregate, 20 millimeter size, used in the concrete. As you can see, it is machine crushed. You have to make sure it is sourced from a parent rock, granite, and it is well graded, consistent, clean, free of dust. So these are some of the things we look out for. I just wanted to show you briefly some of the materials we use in the mixing of our concrete. Yeah.